Yes, hello guys. I just hope you're doing well. It's actually Wednesday today, and I hope. Your week has been. It's been fine. You're working on some of your weekly goals, and I'm hoping by Friday you're going to realize it. So today I want to talk about something that let me say it's common. There's this what it's called. Let me say high rate of youth unemployment that we are currently experiencing. And sometimes you might think I am the problem. Maybe I don't have, I didn't have good grades or good marks, or I didn't have, have certificates that others have. But I think you're not actually the problem. You don't have absolutely there's nothing actually wrong with you. And let me explain to you why this problem is like this, and maybe give you a little tips of what you can do. So currently, this, if you've heard, the saying is education is level. Okay, what this means is like this. Sometimes some years back, education was not free, especially for Kenya. I think, so what meant like only the people who had money were going to school, were taking their children to school. So that means generally only few people are going to schools and then ultimately graduating. From colleges. So now, with that, jobs were very many, and then those who came from colleges at some point got jobs immediately because jobs were very many than the number of people. Than the job seekers. Okay, but now this is not the case. Now education became free and accessible to almost everyone now. Sometimes here now, for example, in Kenya where I am, you are forced to take your child to school, and if you found to take, you're not taking a child, younger kid who's less than 19 to school, you face a legal action. So that started some years back, around the free primary education started in 2002. The late President Mwai Kibaki. So from then, everyone, even if those who could not afford education, were not going to school because education was free. Scholarship was coming in now, both primary and both secondary and high school. So what does this mean? The number of those who are graduating now, hey, I don't know if I can say triple, but there are very many. I don't know how many times than the one which were coming out when education was not free. So that means currently we have more people who have graduated from either secondary or university out. They are more than the number of job available, and that's why you might finish even university and take many years to get a job because that's the real situation. That's it. So I just had some some tips to share, but before that, this situation also relates to business. Some times back, not many problems were not solved, because that's how business works. You solve a problem and bring solution. That's when you get money. Many problems were not solved, so there were a lot of problems to spot. Because a lot of them were not solved. It is not the case now. Okay. In fact, someone said we are in our generation came in the wrong time. What that means actually, most problems were solved by the other generation. So we have really tiny problems which are left, and I kind of tend to agree with that. So if you really want to do business now, this business I'm going to open a hotel or what. It's just for survival, but real business you have to take a lot of time, a lot of research to spot a real gap, because everything seems to have a solution now. Unless you are investing in a new market where things are not actually picked, but it's the same way. Competition is reached a peak level whereby everything seems to be done. So now, for example, let me assume if you're a job seeker, or even this one also applies to someone who wants to start business, and let's assume you want to start. First of all, I had maybe three things that I feel are very true. First of all, is like look at your interest. Let's say if you're a young person who wants to join college now, it is very important, of course, to look at your interest. Okay. Interest is very important because sometimes when you find yourself doing something hard, if you didn't have interest in that, you're going to drop out. But now, if you had interest in it, I mean, that interest is gonna push you. So yeah, that is one thing. Listen, and this interest, you find it by listening to your heart, you know. Sometimes when you quiet place, especially at night. I mean, yeah, at night, I mean, that's when you are on your bed. You just listen to yourself, man. What do I like? What do I want? Like doing? And you find your heart directing you towards something. But just remember, this is just one. After listening to yourself, it's like yes, you listen to yourself. That's not at all. Also, look for demand. I mean, make research on the demand of the course you want to learn, or the skill you want to learn, or even the business you want to start. It might be of your interest, but now there might be no demand out there. For example, you might, I mean, let me use this example, it's been used a lot. For example, in Kenya, people went and studied actuarial science. Many years I used to ask, I even asked many people, those who people who do actuarial science, what do they actually study and what do they do out when they complete? So unfortunately, many of those people who graduated with this degree, it's like a waste of time. I mean, it's an, I don't know, it's hard, of course. Yes, people brag of doing hard things, but most of people who graduated with that degree have ended up doing other things because there's no opportunities in that. So what I mean is like, go outside there, see if there's demand for that. Okay, it's very important because at the end of the day, I used to say it's money. Whether you have PhD, if you don't get money out of it, man, you failed. Okay, that is it. That is the current one. You should be able to afford. I mean, feed yourself, feed your family. I mean, that is it, because I mean you can't go to school all these years. I mean, they are even 12 to university. No, that's high school, and then making it 16 to university, or even more to master, and then you don't afford to make money. It's a waste, of course. So do that analysis to know if what you choose or what you want to do or what the skills you want to go and learn, it's of demand, whether by people will employ you for it or actually you do business of it and then people will come for it. That is it. Another third and last one is yes, there might be demand, but go outside and look for the statistics of, let me say in this case, job seekers in that area. Some areas have demand, but again, there are many people outside there looking for those jobs. Okay, let me use an example. You might, maybe see you example of the university here. Yes, an area might be of demand, but now people who studied and of course are outside there looking for jobs are too many of course. So you need to know those numbers so that you know. If you want to go into the competition, of course, you know you can choose to avoid or you can choose to be better. That's something that you have to decide. If you decide, okay, regardless of the numbers out there, I'm going to be better than them and come out on top, then you go for it. But I don't know, they say wise people avoid such problems. If you're also wise, you avoid it and go to somewhere where there's less competition, you know, whereby the numbers are less. So that is it, yeah. When you connect all these three figures, I'm sure you're going to make a choice of something that once you're out of, you've learned the skills, you can easily translate into money. Otherwise, yeah, you might struggle. So we are saying let's agree to disagree, of course. So if you think there's any other consideration or factor someone can consider before landing on a specialization course or even a skill or even a business, I mean, you can put in the comments so that we can all learn. Otherwise, let me leave you with these ones for today, and yes, have a wonderful rest of the week. Thank you.